All right, we're about to head on out. Another day of work. I just like to work as a network engineer, but really that was the best move I've ever made in my career. Or doing something for work is computer networking. My story goes way back to 2018, and I had a hard time living where I barely had any money to take care of my wife and my daughter, who was a preemie at the time. It was very challenging for me to even contemplate what to do. So one day I decided that I was going to quit FedEx, do something different, and I was specifically going to go for the IT field. But thankfully, with great enthusiasm, within 30 days, I was able to land a level one help desk. And with that, I stayed there for a year and a half while I studied for a CCNA certification. But right after the certification that I passed it, I jumped my pay from 17,000 to 116K. So it was a challenge, but I did it though, and that really changed my financial situation at that time. So right now, I know there are many of you, many people struggling to really make ends meet. But if you really consider about switching to a different career, I would say go with IT. Although they have all those layoffs that they talk about, if you're in the right field in IT, you wouldn't have to worry about AI disrupting your your work at this point. As far as for me, that would have to take a whole while before that actually happened. So we would have to live in like Will Smith movie, the I Robot age, for something like that to happen to me right now. But it's not looking so right now for me to lose my job. But it's very lucrative, honestly, to be a network engineer. And there's a lot of investigation to do. You become the person who do not let up to get something figured out. Naturally speaking, me myself, I enjoy solving problems, so really I get a kick out of it when the challenge is there and I'm going to trying to figure it out. Because after I figure it out, I get the sense of rush that I figured it out. Mind you, I don't even have a computer degree, no college degree, and thankfully no student loan debt either. So I did all this on my own while being a father and being a husband. And my wife and I would work on this together as a team. And it took us a little while to make it there, but because we work as a team, that worked perfectly, where we were able to achieve this goal we set ahead of ourselves, and for our family, we benefit from it greatly. So right now, as a family, again, we have a different goal that we're changing ourselves to, changing our mindset, and that will take some time to happen too. But that will definitely let you guys know here on the channel what that next goal is. But really, the main purpose of this channel is because I want to help people to get a steady paycheck. I want to help people to get a job where they don't feel like they've been misused or underpaid something that they can feel reliable, well, they can actually plan family vacation if they have to, or anything that they want. For me, a basic needs that I wanted to make more financially really was I wanted to eat better food. I'm not talking about restaurant food. I'm talking about better whole food that are full of nutrients for me and my family. So I wanted to do that. And that was part of the things that triggered me to continue working hard to actually do this thing. And I know this certification was going to do it for me. So I worked hard overnight, not overnight, I mean, during nighttime, really, barely sleep, studying for this certification. So it's paid off. And the day I actually got it, boy, I tell you, I went in the parking lot outside the facility where I took the test. I literally was staring at the ground the whole time for a while and stunned that I couldn't believe that I passed this without a college degree. But I know I was determined to do this. I wanted to be a better provider for my wife, better provider for my daughter. So there's no way I was going to let anything hold me back. Although um, my manager at that time didn't really believe or the need for me to actually learn this skill, but I took it upon myself to do it because I had a different goal than they had. What they had for me is to keep me on a $17,000 a year part-time role, and I put up with it. Really, you have to put up with whatever you have to put up with until you can make your moves. But as you put up with it, whatever that is, you should still work on your escape plan. Don't leave it up to a company to really fund your learning when it comes to IT. With all those years that I have been working in IT, I have not had one company that was willing to take a chance on me to fund my studying habits or studying program. So I become a self learner, someone who not quitting until I learn something, and all those being on my own investment, my own pocket funds. But it yield quite a bit of result. If I say so myself, it yield quite a bit of result, and I'm not planning on stopping. So at this point, I'm actually putting together a book, a book called 100K IT Career Secret from One Secret. So I'm really in the middle of the book right now, and I'm actually planning on either giving it away for free or maybe collect a small funds for it. But right now, this time, I'm undecided of what I'm gonna do. But if you look at the link in the bio or in the description of this video, you should be able to see it. But let's rewind a bit here. So I used to own my own business, painting windows, painting houses, cleaning windows, do a lot of manual labor. But as my business was growing, our daughter came. I had to shut it down because the people that I've employed really done some bogus work to the point that I was getting customer pulling back the funds that they already paid me for. So right now, what I had to do is get back in the workforce to make sure my family is taken care of. And it's been about 7 years since I've been doing that, and there's no shame in it. But my heart really stick with entrepreneur mindset. It's one of the things that I have in me that I either get there or die trying. But I've been an entrepreneur since I was little, since I was a kid. Living in Haiti, I had my own turtle dove business. As a kid, I had raised a lot of doves, and I would sell it throughout the neighborhood. And I had a lot of responsibility too as a child, being raised in Haiti, and that really built a character in me that helps when it comes to facing challenging time. That helps me to keep my composure together and being able to be clear-minded and set out a plan to achieve something that I need to achieve to fix the problem. So whatever that is that you're doing, don't stop doing it. Keep working at it because eventually it will yield a lot of results. And for me, in addition to the book that I'm writing, I have several projects, other personal projects that I have lined up. So pretty soon that I will be having those published online, so open to the public. Yeah. So right now I'm on my way to work, doing something I love doing. I remember when I told my coworker um, that I was gonna quit while I was in FedEx. I told my coworkers that I'm going to IT, and the look that they gave me, like, who do I think I am, telling them this? And I decided, you know what? I don't need to tell anybody this. So I kept it to myself. Yeah, I kept it to myself. And the amount of money I wanted to make at that time was decided when I opened my mouth. I said that I was going to become going to IT. It wasn't much, really. $85,000. That's all I wanted to do to make. But I had to climb my way up there from 13.50 an hour to make it to $85,000 per year as a salary. But in addition to that $85,000, I started doing side jobs, side project. And that first year, I got my $85,000 a year salary. I also get an extra 35,000 profit on the side project that I've done. So approximately that first year, I brought in about 116 grand plus. So there's a lot of potential there, and to have a steady six-figure income from an employer, I know it's many people's dream, and that's the part that I documented on the book of different ways. That's why I call it a framework or a blueprint, because there are different ways you can go about IT where you can actually make 600,000. I mean, $100,000 or more a year. It's just that the way to do it, not too many people know about it. And I've done it without a college degree, and I've done it using a free LinkedIn. My free LinkedIn account give me a really give me the upper hand on this move that I made, which make the framework works very well. So I'm willing to share the secrets with you as you watch this. So go ahead and really go subscribe to my channel, um, so you can get update on this and other future project that I have coming up. Also, go subscribe to the email list so that way you can get your copy on the 100% free or possibly small charge for this network, for this book that I'm writing. So it's a very nice book, very interesting, and also including all the resources that you could use to make it happen. So it's not impossible. All you have to do is give yourself some time to focus on getting it done. It's not gonna be done by itself, and nobody will be out there to help you. You will have to be the one who choose and follow through on getting this done. I remember when I was about maybe 9, 10 years old, my dad told me something that I never forgot till today. Mind you, he's not really my real dad. He's just the man who raised me, who happened to be my cousin's husband. So in Haiti, as a child, everybody had their own task in the household to keep things functioning. And as young boys, me, my brother, and our cousin, our task is to every day put water in the house, go to the water well, bring water in the house so everybody can use. That's what we had as our task. So one day I was just complaining. I was very young. I would say maybe 12 years old or less. But I was complaining about the my cousins, my female cousins, sitting on their butt every day. So I felt. But here I have to get out there and go get water, and they go ahead and use those waters in whatever way they seem fit, probably even misusing them. Yeah, it was a. I was complaining about that, but not realizing I was letting a life lesson that only when you go through it you could ever understand the importance of hard work, the importance of pushing through, the importance of not giving up when everybody else wants you to, or when you don't even feel like you yourself able to actually continue or know what you're doing anyway. So here's what he told me that I never forgot. He went out back to the house after calling me aside, said, Alex, I gotta talk to you. Here I came all pouch, mad. He kind of laid out on me and told me, see, my daughter's here. One day they're going to have somebody who'll take care of them. He says, as for you, you're going to be the one that have a family and you must take care of them. I never understood that. But as I got older, I keep finding ways to apply exactly what he means by that. But it's nice and clear of what that really means. That means that as a man, I don't have any choice. The world is not catered around for me. Therefore, I must pull up my big boy pants on and must do what I need to do to make things work. So, since I was a young boy, I stopped playing the victim game and I take it upon myself and even told myself verbally, anything happened to me is because I allow it. Anything that happens to me is because I allow it. Had I not allowed it, it would not have happened. So because of frame mindset that I have, I protect myself from a whole lot of different things, different headaches that I could be into, because I'm not just walking around letting people just take advantage of me. And I do everything not to take advantage of people either, because I don't believe anybody should be taken advantage of. But those lessons that my dad taught me stick with me till today, and I cherish them. And this is something that I want to pass over to my daughters. One of them seems to got it so far, but the other is still learning. The first one is still learning. But yeah, we need to stop playing the victim game. You're not a victim. Somebody telling you that you can't do something, it would be a shame for you to even listen to that you can't do something. You are one of one. You are one of one. There's nobody like you. And there will never be anybody like you after you. So take that, don't even listen to that really, and push what you're trying to do and get it done. And really, I'm going to publish this video on YouTube today. I'm not even going to edit it. This is me in raw form. I'm not going to give you any special clips, any special effect, because I'm I don't feel like I'm not that young to be thinking about what people think of me. I've learned quite a bit of lesson in life, and one of them is that nobody cares. So here, trying to conform and make people like me, nah, that's back in high school, right? I don't have time for that. So now is the time for you to actually get yourself together, continue with your dream, follow through, take everything seriously, because anything that you do will affect something else that you have in your life. Anything that you do will affect something else in your life. So right now, if a professional development is what you're trying to do to get better, to improve your financial situation, do not undermine personal development. In order for that professional development to be spot on, to be fixed, where you can fix your financial situation, you need to start working on personal development first. Because without personal development, there's no professional development. It's something I cherish quite a bit. Me and my wife gone through this journey. We learned quite a bit about ourselves, quite a bit about ourselves. And through personal development, it's where we can actually pull the resources that we need to make this happen. And majority of the resources came from nowhere else but within us. And by doing personal development, that help us to be real and honest with ourselves, to be where we are today. And honestly, we're still growing. And personal development is something that never stops. But you can only get better. As you keep trying, you can only get better. So we went through this rabbit hole of collecting information, trying to have better experiences in life through personal development. One of the people that I like the most when it comes to that is now dead. But feel free to look him up, because his stories, I think, would really inspire anybody who's trying to make a change. So his name is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn died a few years ago, but this man had some knowledge to share with you, boy. It had some things to share with you. All you have to do is to listen and apply them. And in addition to all this personal development that we're doing, we're not ashamed to tell you that the Bible is one of the things that have helped us the most. Among all the things or resources that we use, the Bible is the thing that helps us the most. And not anything cliche. It is as spiritual as it is practical. I'll leave it at that. It is as spiritual as it is practical. So personal development, take that as a very keen focus in your life. If you want to turn your life around, change your income, change your life, change your family settings, change your environment. Do that personal development. Damn, I had to cut tie with a lot of good friends that I had because they were not heading the same direction that I was. They thought I was crazy. When I told them I would stop doing this, stop doing that, even when celibate for years, they thought I was sick. One of them said, "What's wrong with him? Is he sick?" Nah, I wasn't sick. I was into something different. I was there to improve myself to be a better person that I am today. And through personal development is the way I could start doing that. Huh. So reflecting back to this guy who told me if I was sick, he's still in the same spot. Nothing has changed but three about three kids he has now. Nothing has changed but that. But last time I saw him, he told me that he is a line leader at a manufacturer now. So he's pretty geeked about it. Kudos to him though. That's what I feel like is good for him. But honestly, if you want more, you can have more. No greedy stuff. But if you want more, better life, better situation for yourself and your family, it all stop right here. Once you open this up, nothing can stop you. You just need to find the right resources and expose yourself to the right people and remove from your life people who are not aligned with that goal that you have in mind. It's true. I've lived it, I've done it, and now I'm going through it again, adjusting myself to set a different goal. A goal that I know will benefit me, my family, my kids. So right now, my goal is to, I'll save that for another time because I don't think I should reveal all that right now. Um, but as I keep working on this project, I'll let you know um, what's the goal is because I think you would really appreciate hearing about it. And I think everybody should set those type of goals for themselves and for their family. So really, I hope you enjoy this ride while I go ahead and talk. But really, honestly, don't forget this. If you get anything from this video, personal development, start with that. Second, nobody's gonna be out here to help you succeed. It should be up on yourself to pull it out of your heart and mind that you want to make a change. Because all the talk is cheap. The work is what matters. Putting in the work is what matters. So stop talking, stop being complacent, really set it a goal. Like one of the things that Jim Ron mentioned, you may not have enough reason of why you're doing what you're doing. Sometimes people can have this idea they want to do something, but because they don't have enough reason, they don't take action to really make it happen. As I was studying for my certification, I was just tired of being broke. I was just tired not making enough money. I was just fed up. Because of that reason, that pushed me to be studying from 10 p.m. to like 3 a.m. and still gotta go to work at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm talking to you right now. I barely slept. I only had 2 or 3 hours, about three and a half hours of sleep last night. What was I doing? Working on the current goal project that I have going. But really, like I was saying, personal development. I do not think anybody gonna be out there trying to reach your hand to save you from what's happening in your life. It's gonna be your chaos. It's gonna be your chaos you have to deal with. Not that I'm saying that people are not kind-hearted to help others, but this is your chaos. This is your mess. You can fix it if you put your head together. And I found out the best way I can put my head together is when I write things on a piece of paper. Literally grab my journal and start writing. You'll be amazed on how much clarity you have. You'll be amazed. Grab a journal and start writing. That is very fulfilling. It helped me to see with my mind of where I'm going and what I have planned. Because the more the mind is clear, the better it is for you to make decisions that can benefit you, your family, and those around you. So keep working on that. So personal development, pushing yourself to get the work done, keep your mind clear because these things will help you to make the proper goal. As you make the proper goal to make the right decisions to get them done, to really enjoy life. Like I said, my personal reason is that I was just mad about my lack of money, my lack of funds. I feel like I was a failure, that society is pushing on people, that I was just a number among those victims. So yeah, I apply those non-victim mentality that I learned from my dad, realizing that nothing's gonna be working out for me, but I have to make it happen for it to work. And I got myself out of the pit. In addition to those pits, it was very deep. Credit card company was coming after us, being being sent to court to get those things resolved. We need our money. I was behind on my rent payment for the house by 2 months by the time I get out of there. But my landlord was good enough to allow me a month until I can put that money together for him. It was just a mess. In addition to dealing with a 1 month old, I mean, a 1 pound premature baby, and my wife and I were going through it, man. We were going through it. But I've never talked about this story until now. But there's more to it. However, this is just a snippet of it. But having a strong spouse means a lot as well, because none of those would be possible as she chose to uh, work as a team. None of those would be possible. If she was selfish, that her career was more important, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. She has given up a lot to make things the way they are today for the benefit of our family. And I love my wife for that. Shout out to you, babe. So don't forget what you're doing for the week. Remember your goals, that nobody's going to be out there trying to pull your hand to save you from your issues. You must do it yourself. You must self develop, because most of us believe or think after high school we stop learning. You need to change that mindset. You need to change that mindset. The faster you can recognize you need to change that mindset, the faster you'll get better. The faster you'll do better. Then the faster you'll be able to be clear minded and to have a proper goal set for you and your family to really succeed, whatever that goal may be. So my goal is one of my goals is to move outside of the United States, to go move back in the Caribbean with my family, to help my daughters to really learn something very valuable that they cannot learn here in the United States. So in the meantime, between time, I'll talk to you later. I enjoyed this conversation. We'll do it again next time. Peace.